What would happen if you had to stand in front of your wife, your pastor, your boss, or your kids and explain to them that the way that you cope with life, the way you deal with stress, the way you fall asleep at night is by sneaking away into the bathroom and jerking off to a fantasy in your head? Would you be proud of that? Now, before you click off this episode, let me get real clear. This isn't about guilt. This is about clarity. Because if you're a man who's still trying to overcome porn addiction, asking the question, can I still masturbate without it? That is the wrong question. That's the same low-level thinking that's keeping you stuck. And in today's episode, I'm going to expose to you why this is a trap, how it keeps your brain enslaved, and what you need to ask yourself instead if you're serious about quitting porn and becoming the man that God has called you to be. Now listen, brother, I get it. You're trying to do the right thing. Perhaps you've even cut out porn. You're fighting hard, and now you're wondering if masturbation without the visual stimulus is still okay. But here's the deal. You're asking the wrong question, and it's coming from the wrong mindset. When you ask, is this okay? What you're really saying is, how close to the edge can I get without jumping off the cliff? But real freedom, real strength, real masculinity, real power is not found on the edge. Guys, welcome to the Rebuilt Man podcast. My name is Coach Frank Rich, founder and creator here. And it has been our mission for the last 6 years to help men just like you, caught up in the depths of these pornography addictions, take back control and power and reclaim their identity and rebuild their lives. If you're new to the podcast, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us there on YouTube, turn those post notifications on. But let's flip this thing here. Instead of asking, is it okay? Ask the question, is masturbation necessary? Is it helping me grow? Is this how the man I want to become would live? You see, you don't become disciplined by asking what's allowed. You become disciplined by asking the question, what's required? You don't become a king by asking if something is sinful. You become a king by asking, does this make me better and stronger? Because here's the truth. For 99% of men trying to heal from porn addiction, masturbation, even without porn, is a slippery slope back to the very same neural patterns you're trying to break. Now, here's some of the science you need to know. Let's talk about what's happening inside of your brain. Your reward system has been hijacked by years, maybe even decades of porn and masturbation. The combination of visual stimulus plus climax wires your brain to seek pleasure through escape. And even when you cut out porn, if you're still masturbating, especially to sexual fantasies, your brain doesn't know the difference. Studies show time and time again that visualization activates the same neural pathways as real experiences. This is why elite athletes, high performers use mental rehearsal before big performances. Your brain fires just as if it's actually happening. So when you masturbate to a thought, you're still reinforcing that same cycle. Stimulus, escape, release, shame. You're not healing. You're just removing the screen. And this is why so many guys stay stuck, because they think they're making progress, but their brain is still chasing the same hit. Now, masturbation is going to keep you stuck in the same cycle. Here's the spiritual and identity angle. Every time you sneak off to masturbate, you reinforce the belief, I'm a man who needs this. I'm a man who self-soothes. I'm a man who cannot go without. That gets embodied into your identity. And it doesn't matter if it's to porn, to your imagination, or to a memory of your wife. None of that is power. That's not freedom. That is not who you're called to be. And don't say things like it's just stress relief. Brother, there are 1,000 better ways to manage stress that don't require hiding in a bathroom and ejaculating into a towel. Go for a walk. hit a workout, reach out and connect to a brother, pray, breathe, learn to create. You've got energy. That's good. That's the point. Learn to use it. Learn to transmute that energy into something more meaningful, more purposeful, and more powerful. Every successful man I've ever coached, every man who's broken free from this, didn't stop watching porn. He stopped being the man that needed it. I already know what some of you are thinking, but Frank, my sex drive is so high, I need the release. Well, let me challenge that here a little bit. You don't have a high sex drive. You have untrained energy. You've never learned to own it, to channel it, to master it, and to discipline it. Your sex drive was designed by God to build, to pursue, to create life, not to be wasted in isolation. Real masculine energy is meant to overflow into your mission, your marriage, your relationships, and your leadership. If your wife doesn't want to have sex with you, maybe the solution isn't masturbation. Maybe it's fixing your leadership. Maybe it's working on your communication. Maybe it's stepping up as the man that she actually desires. You see, and this is what we teach inside the Rebuilt Man, because real masculinity doesn't self-soothe. It self-governs. So there's a better path forward, and you may be wondering, what should I do? Stop negotiating with yourself. Stop asking for permission. Stop treating recovery like behavior management, and start treating this process like identity transformation. Begin to ask yourself better questions. What kind of man do I want to be when no one's watching? What would it look like to own this energy instead of wasting it? How would my life change if I learned to lead myself instead of escaping my life? The moment you stop living in the gray area is the moment that you will finally begin to build traction. There's a powerful quote from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, that what you do when you're by yourself is really who you are. So brother, who are you becoming when no one's watching? Are you wasting your God-given energy on isolation? Or are you finally ready to use it for something greater? Brother, if you're done playing games with your potential, if you're ready to quit porn for real this time and rebuild the man that God has created you to be, then I want to invite you to join us inside of our Rebuilt Man Brotherhood. What we've done is we've created a free 7-day porn reset. And when you enroll in this free challenge, you get 1 week inside of our private brotherhood community. We're going to give you coaching, resources, and support you need to get back into the driver's seat of your life. You can find this at www.therebuiltman.com/7-day reset. But you don't need to be perfect to start this. You just need to be willing to start asking the better questions and beginning to live in alignment with the man that God has called you to be. So I'll walk along with you every step of the way. Start with 7 days and stick around and join us for 12 weeks. Start today. Join us at therebuiltman.com/7-day reset. But guys, I'm your host, Coach Frank Rich. I hope you got value out of this. Make sure to rate, review, subscribe. And brother, look forward to seeing you on the inside.